everyone, and welcome back to familylifebuilderstv, where we're building homes and transforming society. My name is Tosin Opeoluwa. In the last video, I talked about 4 reasons why I do not encourage divorce. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to work it before opting for a divorce. I've seen people who talked about my video on things to do when your marriage is falling apart. But in this video, I'm talking about how to work it before you opt for a divorce. The number one thing I really want us to talk about is, people divorce for many reasons. And, like I said at the end of that video, that if you divorce once, you have a tendency to divorce again, even if you marry another person, especially if you've not gone through the healing process properly and you jump into another relationship. We're social animal as human beings, so we have every tendency to want to go into a new relationship quickly, sometimes to cushion the effect of the divorce, or sometimes to spite the other person. Especially narcissistic people, they quickly jump into a new relationship to spite the other person. But the truth that I want us to know is marriage works if we work it. And that's a question I ask every partner, and even in my relationship. When we spot something that is wrong that we need to work on, we need to ask the other person, are you willing to work this? Because when we work it together, it works. Marriage is hard work. Marriage, you don't just wake up and see people having a good marriage and they're celebrating the 58th wedding anniversary. They worked it. It's hard work. But the function of making that hard work easier than we can imagine is for both parties to align. Is for both parties to want to work it, because when we work it, it works, right? So the first thing is define your breaking points before you got married. What is that thing that this person will do that will make me say goodbye, right? If my husband ever try to raise his hand on me once, that's over. Because I grew up to be a witness of domestic violence, so I'm not going to allow it, right? You can see that I raised my voice because it's annoying for me. It's the last thing that I want to experience in my relationship. That's the breaking point for me, right? You need to define your breaking points. Inability to define the breaking points will make you not to develop a shock absorber. Because I've seen people that even their breaking points, even when it happens, they still stay, right? But for me, because of the impact that it has on me as a child, I cannot stand it. And I will not stand it. And good enough, I did not marry a monster. Therefore, I want to say that once you know your breaking points, now make up your mind. Even if this happens, do I want to stay or do I want to leave? And this is a conversation you need to have before you get married at all. Because once you have that conversation before you get married, the other person would have known that you have a breaking point, and they will try as much as possible not to step on that boundary. Next thing is you need to sit down and evaluate your character. My Yoruba people will say, "Obìnrin sọ̀wànù, Ọlọ́hun ò rí ilé ọkọ," or Ọlọ́hun ò lórí ọkọ, right? When you are getting married, they tell you, go with character, don't go with beauty. Because beauty will fail you at some point, but your character will solidify your ability to stay longer in that relationship. Every married person, somebody says something. They said one of the reasons I have to sit down again. One of the reasons why women have the tendency to increase their hips after marriage is because we sit on so many things, right? It's because there are so many BS that you sit on, from in-laws, from husband's friend, from colleagues, so many things in so many ways. What the person is trying to say is we become accommodating. And I'm not saying you should entertain every mess from everybody, because you need to protect your emotions as well. But it's really, really essential for you as a person to develop a character that will strengthen you in the face of adversity. I've seen some things. I've seen things. But one of the things that has helped me, unbelievable things, things that have helped me, is the ability to stay put, is the ability to have friends, good people in my life, good people around me. So it's very essential for you to evaluate your character. Yeah, my shoes is too bigger than me. I don't take shit. I don't take nonsense. Think twice. It's very, very essential. So those are the things you need to think about your character and work on it. The next one, be objective about your attitude. When people are telling you this thing that you're doing is not okay, be objective about it. See it from their angle also. Look at it. Okay, what are they seeing that I'm not seeing? Is there anything that is going on in my life that they don't understand? Okay, maybe I should let someone know about things that I'm going through that they possibly don't understand. Or really, do I need to change those things? Be objective about your attitude. The next thing, listen to your partner's complaint. You don't know it all, and you're not a saint. I am not a saint. We all are not saints, because we still have blood flowing in our system, right? So we can't be correct 100%. We can't be correct in everything. So it's very essential that we look at and listen to the complaint of our partner, listen to the complaint of the other person. The next thing is you need to give each other the grace to change and support them. One of the assumptions in dialectic behavioral therapy is that people are doing what they can to change. They are working hard to change, right? So you should know that the other person is trying. They want to change. You want to change. So you need to both give yourself the permission. You need to both give yourself the support to change. The next one is don't hide abuse. When people are abusing you in relationship, don't just keep quiet. Because if you keep quiet, Yoruba people will say, "Ẹni tó bá dákẹ́, ara ẹ̀ á bá dákẹ́." If you keep quiet, the situation will keep quiet with you. And one of the things I know about narcissistic people is when you expose them, because they like to be praised, they like to be seen as a good person. They cherish the integrity that they don't have. So they don't want you to tell people about what they are doing. So expose it. Expose it in time. When you expose it, they will reduce or they stop. Either ways, they will look for another person to feed them. I'm talking about the narcissistic people now. So don't hide abuse. Don't hide an abuser. Don't say, "Hey, I don't want to." No. Because at some point, it's going to come back to haunt you. And that is probably why you're watching this video. That is probably why you're looking at, a way out of that marriage or out of that relationship. And I'm telling you about things that will make it work if you're willing to work it before you find a divorce, right? So it's very, very essential for you not to hide your abuser. Don't hide them. You don't have to make them look good while you keep suffering. You don't have to make everything look like, oh, everything is okay, just to make believe. No, you don't have to. When the abuse is prolonged, it's because you are covering it. I've said this over and over in many of my videos on domestic violence. If the abuse is prolonged, it's because you condone it. That's it. That's it. An abuser is even a coward because most of the time it's about control and power. And when people are powerless, they try to control you. That's the truth. It's the powerless people that try to control other people. If you're strong, if you're powerful, what I've seen powerful people do is to pull up other people. You know, they raise other people. So when you tell me someone is powerful, when you tell me a man is powerful, show me the number of people that have become great through them. Show me the number of lives that they have raised. Show me the number of people that they have blessed. So do not cover an abuser. They are powerless. They are just trying to gain control over you. And that's why they are doing all they are doing. When you are told not to involve third party, it's not in the issue of an abuser. No. People will tell you, don't involve third party in your marriage. No, at some point you need a third party. You just need to make sure that that third party is either a professional or a trusted and respected man of God. Trusted and respected man of God. Those two are very, very important. I've seen people now, I've seen pastors now that you can't share anything with them. You will hear it all over. Why? What is going on in our generation? So they have to be people that you trust. Sometimes what is even going on in their own marriage is worse than yours. And there are some of them that are so callous that I've seen a number of them that even took the wife of the member that came to report to them. Please watch out. Watch out, even if you are going to use a third party in your relationship. And I think this is where I will be stopping on this. I don't always want the video to be longer than necessary. So like this video if you like it. If you have a question for me, you can send your question to familylifebuilderstv@gmail.com. familylifebuilderstv@gmail.com, and I will see you next time. Till I come your way, keep becoming a better you. Because things work. I will work it.